Well, the frost and below freezing temperatures this morning could do damage at some farms and orchards.
And some of them are taking matters into their own hands to keep crops warm. Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub live in Luzerne County to explain. Good morning, Chelsea.
Good morning, Mindy and John. That's right. I'm in Wallopin at Heller Orchards here in Luzerne County. And we're inside the orchard here with the apple trees, and we're keeping an eye on temperatures. I'm here with the owners, Greg and Andrea Heller. Greg, what are we looking for this morning?
Well, we are around 31 degrees here. We would like to stay around 30. I feel we're safe at 30. We have our wind machines running. We have 2 wind machines. We're moving air, and we also have some fires going. We have a helicopter here. They're going in the air right now. So if we can maintain this temperature, I'll be happy.
And we're just trying to keep the warm air that rises down here on the crops.
Yeah, so what we are is we're in a radiative heat loss, I would think, but maybe not altogether because it was breezy. So the air is our friend. So we're seeing some temperatures in some areas at 28. So.
And 28 is not good.
28's dangerous, yeah. Yeah, we won't lose the apples at that temperature or peaches, but it makes the finish rough on them. Yeah, they get rusty and frost rings, things like that. Hard to market. What
are the main crops that are, looking at the most dangerous outcome right now?
Well, a lot of crops. Everything from blueberries to strawberries, and I'm growing apples and peaches here and pears. And so everyone is it's dangerous. Let's put it to you that way.
And this is something you keep track of every year, but I mean, when I reached out to you guys yesterday, you said it's going to be a war zone here tomorrow. Yeah,
we were really worried about this morning. So we've been through this a couple events this spring, and but we have a great crop of fruit here, and we want to do our best if we could save it.
All right, well, we're going to keep track of those efforts with you guys all morning. We're here for the long haul, and you guys maybe you can hear the fan behind me here. We'll give you a closer look at the efforts the Hellers are doing here to save their crops on later shows today on Newswatch 16. Excuse me, guys, I'm used to working the evening show. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Luzerne County.
Boy, we really feel for them, how nervous they've got to be this morning, and all orchards that are out there. Chelsea, thanks for coming in with us this morning.
Yeah, we don't want to lose that fruit. Thanks, Chelsea. Well, the below freezing temperatures come late enough in May that the growing season is already underway.
And it could do some damage at some farms and orchards this morning. Some of them are right now doing whatever they can to prevent that. Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub live for us in Luzerne County this morning. Chelsea.
Good morning, John and Mindy. That's right. I'm here at Heller Orchards in Wallopin, and you can see I'm in the trenches here. We've got dozens and dozens of campfires set up to try and keep the peach trees here and the peach crop warm to save it for the season. I'm here with co-owner Andrea Heller. Andrea, tell me about the effort behind all these fires.
Well, we spent the day yesterday just filling paper bags with newspapers. We got our friends and family, text them, call them, ask if you have any spare papers, please bring them up so we can fill bags. So we brought in some extra help, fill bags. Sounds kind of useless, but it was a lot.
And then just going through and lighting all of these, I mean, how many fires do you think you have along the peach trees?
I would say we have about 60 in each row. It's really hard to say, but I would say 60 and 60, so I'd say about 120. Right now we're in the donut peaches, so we have some Galaxy donut peaches, and the other row above us are Saturn. So we just don't want to lose them.
Right, and we're getting close, like 28 degrees, 30 degrees, that's a danger zone.
It is a danger zone. Up until about 3 o'clock, we were in pretty good shape. We thought maybe it was breezy and the temperature was okay, and by 4 o'clock, the temperature dropped. So here we are, and we have about 120 campfires going, controlled, of course, and I think it's doing its job.
And we have a helicopter flying through the orchard, too, to help kind of move that warmer air down. You also have those mega fans. I mean, when I talked to you yesterday, you said, "Are you sure you want to be here? It seems like a war zone."
Yeah.
And I said, this is something people need to know. People don't know the effort that goes into the local crops.
No, I say that all the time. I don't think people really know what goes into farming, all farming, not just what we do. You know, when you see a temperature dropping below 30 degrees in May, the end of May, it's pretty scary. You know, this is our livelihood, so you know we want to save as much as we can. And you know, like my husband always says, you know, once you start trying to save your crop, you don't stop. You know, you keep going and you do everything you can. It is what it is. It's you need to do everything you possibly can.
And we're going to be here with you all morning, giving you support, kind of showing people at home what it takes to save the peaches here, save the apples. You also have cherry trees here, about 100 acres of fruit trees here. We'll tune in with you guys later on in the morning and just show you how it progresses here. But right now we're about 30 degrees in Luzerne County. Chelsea Strub reporting live in Wapwalpen.
It's really hard to imagine the worry that they are experiencing this morning, and that effort. Incredible, Chelsea. Thanks for coming in this morning to share this with us.
Yes, it's amazing. I had no idea all this was happening this morning, so thank you so much,
We'll check
Chelsea.
back with you in a little bit. Thanks, Chelsea.
Good morning, Mindy and John. That's right. I'm at Heller Orchards in Wapwalpen, Luzerne County. You can see I'm in the trenches here. We have dozens and dozens of campfires set up to help try to save the peach crop here at Heller Orchards. And there are other efforts underway to try and help save the cherries and the apples here. I'm here with Kelsey Heller. She's the daughter of the owners here. Kelsey, just tell me kind of the effort. What have you been up to the last few hours? You haven't slept, right?
No. So I was up since 3:45, and we've basically just been fixing all these fires, making sure they're going. The point of the fires is so the smoke gets on the trees, the smoke carries the warmth, and that's what's going to save the trees. So we're not in the clear here until like 7:30 this morning. So we have a lot to go. Like these fires will need wood put on them, and there's a lot, so it will take some time.
And you have a lot of other efforts besides these fires happening too.
Yes, so the helicopter is running right now. You might be able to hear it. And then we have the wind machines also, just to circulate the air and try to bring the warmth down.
And what goes through your mind on a morning like this?
On a morning like this, I think it's like very emotional and raw, because my dad and my family put so much work into this, and you don't want to see it go down the drain just from one day, one single day.
A couple hours even.
Yep, a couple hours. That's all it takes to ruin so much work throughout the year.
And there are about 100 acres of fruit crop here. And what are we in right now?
So right now we are in the peaches, and these peaches will be ready before we know it. They're already getting pretty big, as you can see probably. Yeah.
And what's the danger zone? 28, 25?
Yeah, so my dad's saying like he was a little nervous between like 30 and 28, so.
Sure, so we're keeping a close eye on the thermometer here. We'll check in with you guys later on this morning at 6 and 6:30. So tune in, we'll see how it's going here. We're crossing our fingers until then. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, reporting live here in Luzerne County.
Yeah, we are hoping that
for a few hours.
I know, it's hard to believe. We are hoping that everything turns out all right for Heller Orchards. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you, Chelsea.
That's right. Good morning, John and Mindy. Everything they can here at Heller Orchards in Wapwalpen, Luzerne County. I'll give you a close look here at the trees. This is what we're trying to save. This is the apple crop here at Heller Orchards, and there's a lot of different resources the owners here are using to try and bring this warm air that's rising down to this crop. We're using bonfires to create warm air. We're using wind machines, and Corey Burns is trying to show you off in the distance. Once this helicopter comes out, you'll be able to see it, and it's going to turn around. This helicopter is trying to create an inversion to bring the warm air up down into these crops to try and save them. There's about 100 acres of fruit trees here, and even though that sun is coming up, we're still in the 20s here, and those temperatures could mean danger for the crops here this season. This is what the owner had to say.
It depends what crop we're talking about, but right now we don't want to be 30 degrees is just too low. You know, we don't want the possibility of frost, and you know, there's possibility of, you know, with the temperature you can get frost rings. There's just so much that the weather can impact.
There's a lot that the weather could impact. In addition to the buds on the trees, the frost could be hit by the upcoming sun, could create frost burn. It could impact the quality of the crops. We'll check in with the owner at 6:30 for a live interview to see how he thinks it made it through the night. But we are really, that helicopter's too far for us to see. We were trying to be in a good spot for you guys, but we'll show you more at Newswatch 16 at 6:30. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Luzerne County.
It's fascinating, the efforts they're going to there this morning. All right, Chelsea, thank you. We
Thanks
wish the
so
best
much.
for them.
Good morning, Mindy and John. That's right. I'm at Heller Orchards in Wapwallop, Luzerne County. And we've been here all morning trying to save the crops here. This is a row of about 60 campfires here trying to save the peach crop. And you can see the peaches are just starting to come out. They are here and we're trying to save them. And we're here with the owner, Greg Heller. Greg, how did we do?
Well, we got about as cold as 28 degrees. That's dangerous, but it wasn't long. It wasn't like from midnight. It was like 4 in the morning. The sun's up now. It's warming up, so I think we did okay.
We did okay because we were nervous.
Yes, it's too early to tell. We won't know. It might be days till we could see if there's any scarring or frost rings or anything like that on this fruit.
So how long about will it be until we know for sure?
I would have to say it's going to be 3 days, yeah, before we could tell, you know. But I'm optimistic. I think we're going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we kept the frost off of these trees. Yeah.
Yeah, there I saw frost on the ground, but I didn't see any frost on any trees.
Right. Yes.
And just the whole team effort here.
Yeah, we had a great we have a great crew here and family and my workers. So you know, we bring in a helicopter. They're very loyal to me. So yep.
And we even have a puppy, guys. The whole family's here. So we're optimistic that things are going to be okay. We've got puppies. The sun's coming out.
Yep, we're going to be good. So we're set.
We're all set. We're optimistic here. We'll check back in with you in about 3 days.
Okay.
And we'll find out.
Let's get out of the smoke.
We'll get out of the smoke from these campfires. Thank you guys for sticking with us all morning. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, live in Luzerne County.
And what an effort they have done.
Yeah.
All
it's
morning.
Nice to see that the results are promising. Thank
Let's
you
hope. We'll
so
check
much,
back.
Chelsea.
Thanks, Chelsea.
And some fruit farmers in Luzerne County didn't get much sleep last night as they spent much of the morning fighting freezing temperatures. Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub shows us how one family did everything they could to save this year's crop.
Regardless of the noise, there is no rest for the Heller family on a morning like this, with temperatures below freezing.
If we can maintain this temperature, I'll be happy.
This year's apple and peach crop on the farm in Wapwallop depends on it.
It's dangerous, let's put it to you that way. But we have a great crop of fruit here, and we want to do our best if we could save it.
These wind machines will work to protect 10 of the 100 acres of fruit trees, moving the warmer air down to the new crops.
And they will automatically kick on at 32 degrees and protect that block of fruit.
Among the peach trees down the hill, the Hellers and their workers built more than 100 campfires to create warmth for the newly formed donut peaches.
You know, once you start trying to save your crop, you don't stop. You know, you keep going and you do everything you can. It is what it is. You need to do everything you possibly can.
Even after the sun comes up, the work continues. In addition to the bonfires and the wind machines, a helicopter flew over the orchard all morning to try and bring that warmer air down to save the crops. The noise and the smoke set a scene similar to a war zone along these rows of fruit trees, but it's necessary because a couple hours of temperatures below 30 degrees on these crops could be devastating. The owner says it got down to 28.
Keep going, the sun's not in there yet.
That's all it takes to ruin so much work throughout the year. On a morning like this, I think it's like very emotional and raw because my dad and my family put so much work into this, and you don't want to see it go down the drain just from one single day.
By 7 a.m., what's done is done, and the Hellers hope for the best.
It's too early to tell. We won't know. It might be days till we could see if there's any scarring or frost rings or anything like that on this fruit.
The effort here didn't just work to save the crop, but its quality too.
But I'm optimistic. I think we're going to be okay.
Okay.
Yep, we kept the frost off of these trees.
He'll know for sure in about 3 days' time. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, Luzerne County.